Imagine being in front of them and be like, this is going to be bad for optics. Oh, boy. That cracked me up. All right. A lot of good stories and stuff on that interview that Rico Stan did with Alexander Engelhardt. I'd highly recommend it. Okay. With that, I want to briefly go over the fish that we have coming up that will be available. I should have them up by this Friday. I've been tied up with some extra things this last little while and wasn't able to get pictures of them and things today. So the plan is tomorrow to get all the pictures taken and stuff. I have most of the listings built. Like, I don't have descriptions and things like that. I just have the species and the size. I haven't been able to write anything up, but my hope is tomorrow to get pictures taken and get these all up on Friday. I don't know what time Friday. I'll do my as soon as I'm able to get all the pictures up and loaded and make sure they're decent and all that. I'll get them. It might be Friday morning. Could take me till the evening, but Friday I'll get them listed. So the fish that we have coming up. Let's start with an oldie but goodie. The rosy barb. So, Dan, why did you get rosy barbs? Well, it's because I think that they do awesome in summer tubs. They're great for ponds and summer tubs and things like that. So, 'tis the season, and I was able to get pairs, so I'm able to offer them in pairs. So if you want to do some summer tubbing, put a few pairs out in a patio pond or whatever, then by the end of the summer, you should bring in lots of babies. It should be a fun time. In fact, we have lots of babies from them already. They're breeding like crazy for us. So, fun fish, not rare or anything like that. Super hardy. But I thought maybe with patio pond season upon us, it would be one that people would want. Kochu tetras, the blue kochu tetra. They've changed the genus on this one, but the species name is the same, Fred kochui. And they're a beautiful gradient type sky blue. They really are as nice as they are in the pictures. They look great. Congo tetras, and the ones we have are all males. So you're going to end up with the color. I specifically ordered males because there's been a few batches where I didn't specify the sex, and I ended up with mostly females. I think they were still too young to tell for me exactly, but I don't want someone to order like a dozen Congo tetras expecting to get a good mix and then end up with only females, right? So I think what they might do sometimes is separate the sexes, and when you order non-gender specific, send out females, because they can charge more for the males. So I spent some more to get ones that were for sure males, and they are. I can see them developing the white edges on their fins. They're still small, maybe 1.5 inches on the bigger ones in there. So they have a lot of growing to do. They don't have the extensions or anything like that yet, but I think they should. You have a really good shot of getting a lot of color when they're grown up. Apistogramma agassizii, and it's not the one from this specific river, but the reason I did that is because if you search for just Apistogramma agassizii, you get all the morphs, and the ones that we have are not like the big orange flashes or the reds or anything like that. They're more the wild type, so they look more like these. Little black line down the middle, have that neat tail. So this is the type of agassizii we have. Not Rio Negro, but a more of a wild type agassizii. Leopard tenopoma, and they are about 1 inch and cute as a button. They're eating really well. They're eating viperbites. They love bloodworms. They're little piggies, so they should do well for you. I want to take a video of them just absolutely mobbing the food. Like, you look in the tank and you don't see much because I have a whole bunch of plants in there, and then I drop in some bloodworms or viperbites, and like the plants turn alive. Like what was a still little tenopoma suddenly starts moving, and this big cloud of them come and start eating, and it's really cool. Again, for patio pond season, we got some paradise fish. These do really well in a wide range of temperatures. They can take it down to freezing, pretty much, and they can take it up pretty hot. They're a very hardy fish. In fact, I think this is the anabantoid that most people should get instead of a betta. Most people get a betta, they get a container for it, and they put it out on their desk or something like that in their home or in their office. The problem is bettas want to be warm, and I mean real warm. They're super happy in the mid 80s. But most of us keep our homes, not nearly that hot. So over the long term, you get this beautiful betta, and then you watch it slowly degrade over several months just because it's not kept warm enough. This is a fish that doesn't mind the cold and is an anabantoid just like a betta. It can breathe air. So I think in those types of setups, this fish does much better than a betta because it's not going to suffer from lower temperatures. Now, they are going to grow to 3 inches or so, and they're fairly robust fish. You don't want to keep them something super small, but I've seen them in like a 2.5 gallon, 5 gallon aquarium, or one of the larger 5 gallon bowls or whatever, out on patios and things, and they looked great and were doing well. So I think they can work really well in a patio type situation, summer tubbing type situation, or instead of getting a betta, consider a paradise fish. It'll do a lot better for you. Give it a little more room, but you're not going to have it degrade because of a temperature issue. We also have the albino form of the paradise fish. Madagascar rainbow fish, which are beautiful and get decent size. This will grow 4 or 5 inches or so. Some more Bosemani angelfish. I always do that. Rainbow fish. This is the classic aquarium strain. Not as expensive as the Aves Creek or the Itinjo populations. All right, for Xanadu, I brought in some Celebes rainbows. They came in at like ½ an inch. So we have Celebes rainbows, and they're awesome, they're doing well, but they are small. There is no color yet. I don't have a prayer of sexing them yet. We've got a whole bunch of little ones if you want to watch it grow up. I don't know why they sent me such small ones. I didn't order such teeny ones, but in this business, you order what you order and you get what you get. Pseudomugil luminatus, a perennial, a constant favorite, just because so beautiful. So, Pseudomugil luminatus, neon red blue eye. Some more rainbow shiners. I can't sex these. They're around 1 inch in size. Hopefully they'll grow up and you'll get a nice mix of males and females, because the males develop this nice blue spotting on the back, and when they go into breeding coloration, they turn this absolute stunning bright pink color. But that's not constant. It'll pop up during the breeding season from time to time. But even without that, the males will develop this blue flecking on the back, and are really pretty fish. Got some spotted silver dollars. I don't usually carry this fish. It's a nice fish, but it usually gets a little bigger than I want to carry. Wait, does this one have ick? Oh my gosh. I could be wrong, but I think that this picture of this fish for sale is literally covered in ick. I hope I'm wrong. Jeez. But anyway, they sent me these. I did not order them. They screwed up a bag in the box, and I ended up with some cool fish, just not something I regularly have, but they're pretty for you silver dollar people out there. And from what I read, I don't think they get too big. I think we're talking max out at like maybe 7 to 9 inches. Now I could be wrong. I've read false information on silver dollar sizes before, so Johnny, let me know how big these actually get in the chat. Gara rufa, the doctor fish, another one I did not order, but I've got like 200 of them. So if you want a nice group of Gara rufa, I will make you a deal. Good algae eating fish, all the attitude of a panda gar or whatever, but not as neatly patterned as a panda gar. But same attitude, same utility as far as eating algae and keeping your tank clean. Spotted head standers, and these came in awesome. They're every bit of 3 inches, a lot of them. They're nice big ones. They're eating well. They're starting to gain weight really well. We put them through dewormer. They obviously needed it, And the results of them being dewormed are fantastic. They've rapidly started gaining weight. They're eating ravenously, so I think they'll do really well for you. And they're big. Okay, the imitator catfish. So these guys are fun because they are a fish. This one literally imitates Corydoras melanis. How do you say that? Melanistis? However you say that. There's several species of these Brachyrhyndia, the imitator catfish, that mimic different kinds of Corydoras. And you can get them to spawn by keeping them with a group of Corydoras that they mimic, and when the Cory spawn, these guys are triggered to spawn as well. I don't think they do the kookaburra thing like Cynodomus. I don't think they go and swap out eggs or anything like that, because Cories don't have parental care, but for some reason, they found it advantageous to look like a Cory. The difference is, they're a little different looking, but the main difference is, this is not the right species, but it shows a clear picture of these long feelers. And they don't have the